Hello, I'm Ike. He's DAZAI, and we're here again to talk about Pinoy comics. And as I said, we'll be talking about comics that deal in love, and this is the second one. This is Palaso by Marianie. This is her first comic before the better known Nagmamahal Maria Clara, and is a one shot. Okay. The story goes like this. Normally, diba, you're aware of this Cupid hits who hits people with arrows, and then they fall in love with each other because with Cupid's intervention. Okay, this is not that Cupid. This is Dark Cupid. He has another responsibility. What Dark Cupid does is the opposite. When romantic arrows misfire or they are damaged, so therefore there is no romantic relationship that happens. Instead, broken hearts happen, and broken arrows remain stuck in someone's back. It's Dark Cupid's responsibility to help a person heal by getting rid of the arrow, but then he says na he can only remove the arrows once a person is ready, meaning a person has moved on, ganon, from the hurt of a previous relationship or a broken heart. Okay, but then he is assigned to Joy, a writer in her 20s, and then which is okay, just another job, fine. Then when unfortunately, but when he meets Joy and sees her back, he realizes he has a very big problem in his hands. Joy's back is filled with arrows, so meaning she has a lot of emotional baggage. She has a lot of broken relationships. She has gone through that. She has a lot of romantic of pain from love inside her that she needs to deal with, and it's the Dark Cupid's job to get rid of all of those many arrows. Poor guy. Okay. So anyway, so the game plan. So what they propose to do is that be friends with Joy, and they would visit all of the places that are memorable to Joy, and hopefully in the process, Dark Cupid will be able to remove the arrows one at a time as she learns to move on from each relationship and from each memory as they go through them. Okay, which is okay. Things work out that way for many of the arrows. So Dark Cupid gets to do his work. Many of the arrows get to go away one at a time, slowly. It's very cute. Okay, until they get to the very last one, and they have a problem because they've been together for so long. Joy has started to like Dark Cupid himself. Kasi like the partner said, Dark Cupid's partner said, Cupido ka pa rin. You're still a Cupid. You can still shoot someone with arrows. You can make them fall in love. Okay, so yun. So that's the story. Okay. The version in PenLab seems to be a slightly updated version from the one I know, the original printed version from several years ago. As I mentioned earlier, Palaso is her very, very first one-shot comic, and it comes before Nagmamahal Maria Clara. So I think she learned a lot of techniques and cleaned up a lot of her panels since the first time I saw the original printed version. That said, it's still very nice. This is still the original story. Okay, so no problems about that. And Palaso, I if I'm not mistaken, I may be mistaken, may have been partly a result of the Comic at University, besides assistance from friends in Comic Sundays. Okay, so between those things, this is a very incredible one-shot first release ever by a very new comic era at the time when this came out. Okay, so very few comic eras introduce themselves at Comiket and come out already this clean, this incredible, this with the story solid start, solid progression of the story across the pages and solid end. Ay nako, very few people get that right at the first instance. And she did it right. Ayun. Yan, that said nga, as I said a while ago, yun nga, since that time, she improved a little more. So, the paneling of this version in PixelLab is cleaner and more understandable, but while retaining the state of its very colorful panels and changing. So you know how the scenes change, where they go change, because not only do the panels change, the color changes, diba? So yun. Ayun, Dark Cupid is a very nice, likable character. You get to know him as this quiet but kind person who follows Joy around. Joy is clearly the extroverted kind of person who loves people with all her heart, and thus also has her heart broken many times, especially by people who don't return her love as magnanimously as she does. And then so yun. So I guess that's what leads to this current problem Joy has, but it all works out in the end. But read in how it all ends. Okay, there may still be printed versions, but you have to ask Marianie for how to get it. At the moment, it's most available on PenLab for so just read it there. Ayun, it's well executed. The colors change nicely. The characters are introduced effectively without dragging the story along, and you get to see this unusual relationship come together slowly and slowly work. The ending is a little bittersweet. I just have to warn you about that. Okay. Okay, the ending is a little bittersweet. Please be ready for such a thing. Okay? But it does all work out. Okay? For both parties. Okay? Probably not the way you expect. So just be ready for that. Okay? But yeah, so please read this. It's beautiful work by a newcomer at the time, and a comicera who continues to make excellent work. So please support her. Support Marianie and as he continues to improve. Again, I'm EK. He's DAZAI. Please continue to read and please continue to enjoy Pinoy comics. Thank you.